ride this ride, you might get wet. Warning, you might laugh so hard your cheeks will sweat. With Ben and Skin, homegrown homeboys from Richardson, they're gonna soak ya. Woo! Rubber dub dub, it's the Super Soaker.
Here are your hosts for the Super Soaker, Ben and Skin. Ooh, soaked.
Happy Thursday morning, everybody. It's time to get soaked. I'm Skin Wade. That's Cowboy Ben. He just got done riding a mechanical bull to get ready for today's Super Soaker, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Today is a huge day in the Ben and Skin world. We have lots to get to. We got to celebrate KT, which is rare for me to want to do. And don't forget, we got details on a really fun remote today with pizza and beer and records, and then a show in Fort Worth tonight, music show. So it's action-packed. So let's get right to it, and let's start. Ben, how are you feeling today? You look sexy as fuck.
Is that right? I slept in this hat, so I didn't sleep well.
Oh, yeah, it is. If I were to rank the hats that are difficult to sleep in,
yeah,
I would have that one right below sombrero.
I'm gonna, you remember when you watched that movie Boogie Nights?
That is the best question since remember when you played for the 49ers.
I like that idea. Not remember the movie, but remember when you watched it. Remember when you played for the 49ers. Well,
that's incredible.
Don Cheadle's character went through some image changes,
yes.
And it's something I struggle with. Being a fat guy. Now I'm on camera all the time. I think I'm a cowboy now. From now on,
I look forward to when you go through your Stevie Wonder braids phase. Listen, I'm a big fan of the time we get to spend together on the Ben and Skin show. Because I love Christina and I tolerate KT. But it is a crime, a travesty, if you will. I love when people say travesty. What a douchey thing to say. That they have not seen Boogie Nights. Please, over here to the right, Ben and I can see, when you nice folks send in text messages like Maximus Gregg, which is a badass name, or J-Rod, or, of course, the homie Kim, who we've been down with forever. If you've seen Boogie Nights, leave your favorite part of it over there in the comments, and I wouldn't mind that being a reoccurring theme because you showed up in the Super Soaker and just had a little tiny nugget, just your appearance and taking me back to the Don Cheadle character. And all he wants to do is open a hi-fi music store, dude. He just with hi-fi stereo equipment. That's the future there in the 70s. So let's have that be a reoccurring theme today.
Hey, and I want to say this too. How's my mic level? I was dealing with some crazy mic chaos. How's everything sound? Sound okay?
Take that thing and stick it real hard in your mouth, and let's see if we need you closer to the mic. Oh, that's real trumpy. Put it closer to your mouth.
Check.
That's better.
Oh, is it bad?
It's just you're a little off mic.
That's crazy. Everything was fine. Nothing was changed. There's ghosts in the machine.
That's that's a nice shout out to the police. Of course, Sting, a wonderful songwriter. Yeah, we are spirits in the material world.
I don't understand. I had super slow Wi-Fi.
Yep.
And I just got fiber, and we made that change. And for some reason, it has fucked up every single setting that I have, and I don't know why.
You're a little better, but you're also a lesser broadcaster than me, which also hurts me in this scenario.
Can we get Jason to hop on here? Jason, what is happening with this mic level? Is it totally cooked or what?
No, it's a little loud right now.
What the fuck,
Jason,
man?
what can we do to make your mic sound better? Are you in a tin can?
We can have me not be on here.
What is I don't understand technology. Fuck!
Hey, man.
Pull it back.
There's some fucking Mormons in here.
Okay, so I do want to say this.
Say it.
You're good.
We need people who, if you look at how many people are tuned in on Tuesday, we had 1,200 people tuned in. Today, we've only got 400. You never know how it's going to go, right? You just never fucking know. But what we need, the algorithms are such dog shit. And so we need you guys to leave comments, to go share this link, to tell your friends to tune in, to tell them to be a part of this because we love doing it. We hope y'all are digging it. We just got to grow the show a little bit. So help us get out there and tell people to tune in. And every time you hit like or leave a comment or share it, the algorithm's like, oh shit, they must be talking about toxic election shit. Let's make sure everyone can see this. And that's what we need.
Yeah. Just go in there in the comment section and just say Trump and just put that in there. And then the algorithm goes, oh my God, this is the content people want. Well, I know a lot of people tune in to stuff on the internet in order to get their Cowboys news. And so we were talking yesterday about Dak being hurt, and then sometime last night, this story was updated. Headline: Dak Prescott suffered a partial avulsion of the hamstring and could miss more time than originally thought. I have no idea what an avulsion is, but it sounds graphic. Have you ever had a big avulsion happen to you?
No, I never have, but I immediately started thinking of how stupid sports talk can be at times. And Manuel Acho, the dude who played at Texas, we've had him on the show before. He's a nice guy, but
He's a nice man.
He's playing the game, and he's trying to be like Stephen A. And so he's got James Jones, I think he's a former NFL receiver. I think he played for KT's Packers. And his big hot sports opinion is after he found out about the injury, before it was diagnosed or before we knew anything else, just watching the game and then immediate feedback, his take was Dak quit on his team. And this is an NFL athlete. He played in the NFL. Yeah. And he said Dak quit on his team, and he said, hey man, I've had hamstring injuries. I didn't miss any time. I'm like, you fucking idiot. Don't you realize that all injuries are not created equally? And just because you had a hamstring injury doesn't mean every single hamstring injury throughout the world is it the same. And then we find out that it's an avulsion, which I believe it means it detached from the fucking bone.
Yeah.
And
hey man, I've had tendons tear away from my bone, and look at me, I kicked ass.
Dak posted a picture of it, and it was all his shit was bruised up, like sickening bruises, like gross, like his lower thigh is just filled with blood. His body's like, oh shit, one of the most important muscles just detached from the bone. Fuck, it's just hemorrhaging blood in there. And James Jones then goes, hey man, sorry, I owe an apology. This can't wait till tomorrow. That was a bad take, right?
It's the problem with him having a producer in his ear, saying, hey man, really double down on that. Call Dak a bitch. We need ratings. I get it, man. We've been in the moment and said wild shit. Not intentional wild shit. Like we'll do that too. But it's for affect or for fun or to do bits or parodies. But we've been in the moment of a debate or sports argument or whatever, and you say something and then later go, man, I don't know that I fully meant that, but I was trying to hammer home a point.
Yeah.
But those are extreme versions of it. And it really I know a lot of our listeners and or viewers love wrestling. I've just never been a wrestling guy. I'm not that into it. And I just look at sports talk now the same way people probably look at wrestling. It's theater, whatever, if you want to get worked up in the moment. But I do think that's what makes really good sports content stand out. And then what happens is really in-depth, good sports content, those people get fired because they're not getting enough clicks and they're not saying Trump enough in the comment section. So they lose their gig. It's what the world is, man. It's why, quote unquote, journalism has gone in the shitter, because everything is steered towards garnering interest, and the truth does not garner interest. Getting people worked up garners interest.
I remember.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, my biggest moment and I would say that in our journey, you have to learn. I speak for myself. Had to learn to find my voice. Like, what is my lane? And for me, what I really liked was just having fun. I love talking about sports, but I really, I'm a huge fan, so I'm a homer. I wanted my teams to win. I didn't want to act like I was unbiased. I am very fucking biased. And I liked the intro songs and, just making songs and bits and pranks and prank interviews and all that shit. That's the type of stuff that I love the most about it. But when we were at ESPN, we were like, and we worked with Frito, rest in peace, the great Frito. He was like, he goes, I wish you guys didn't, I wish you guys were less informed. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
He said, I wish you guys were less informed. And we were like, what do you mean? He goes, well, if I ask you how the Cowboys are going to do this year, you guys say, well, it depends on this, and this. And if this, and this happen, then this, and this could happen. He goes, man, people don't want that. They just want you to be opinionated. Like they're going to win the Super Bowl or they're going to suck. Just choose a side. Mm-hmm. And we're like, that's not what we do, man. That doesn't feel genuine and authentic. And I fell for it. And I was like, okay, man, I'm going to do it. I want to keep working in this business. And I that makes sense to me. So my big take is going to be that the Mavs are the one and done boys. And I chose to do that in 2011. And I drew a line in the sand and said, hey, they're going to suck. They're going to get to the playoffs and then they're going to lose. And it was my worst opinion ever. And I hated it. It wasn't the way that I fan. You know, I want them to win.
Uh-huh.
And it was just a shit show. And so I know how that machine works. And we danced with it ever so briefly. I know I did. And I was like, no, I don't want to fucking do that. I don't want to do that. It's just so fucking piss poor for a former athlete to say that Dak quit on his team. And I love our listener who said Dak turned his back on the listeners. That's exactly how that was manipulated when we left the fan, to try to tell listeners, oh, they turned their back on the listener. That's why they left. Like, it had nothing to do with a better opportunity for us or creative freedom or make more money, support our families. It was that we were turning our back on the listener. It was such a shitty spin, but I'm just so glad to not be doing that. And I don't begrudge anyone who's trying to carve their own path and make their way doing that. It can be very lucrative. But, you know, I was talking to somebody yesterday. I mentioned this to you, and they were telling me what they thought Woj was making. And I won't say the number.
You can say it. It's probably out there.
Okay, somebody told me that Woj made $7 million a year. And he walked away from that. And if you look at it, it's like, and he was not doing this style. And I think
He's a reporter.
Yeah, I'm saying that is the value of breaking news. If you have a guy who can get really good breaking news, he was legit. But then the other guys, like Stephen A, doesn't Stephen A make like 18, 19, 20 a year?
That's what he was asking for. I thought he was in the neighborhood of like 10 or 11, and then he was asking for that much more.
And I don't, you know, that's the way we're going, you know, with, you know, that's what Acho's trying to do. That's what,
dude, it's like this. Do you know how crowded that world is? I mean, look at how many guys that are in sports that are athletes, their career's going to end when they're 30, first of all. Imagine, especially for some, I mean, I'm just talking about football players. Imagine that's hey man, your real earning power is going to be done when you're 31 because of injuries. Like, that's daunting. And so they get all this money when they're young and they try to maintain a certain lifestyle. And then they go, okay, well, people in look, Troy Aikman makes 18. I'll go there. And that's super crowded, man. Just turn on like, I watch NBA TV a lot and watch the highlight desk that, you know, when they're showing the highlight show, and that's crowded. Like, I don't mean like a bunch of people at one time. I mean people that want that job. It's a hard job to hang on to. You know, do you know why Woj made $7 million a year? Because go to the internet on July 1st when free agency starts. And do you know what you see everywhere? Hashtag Wojbomb. Like, that's what he created something. He broke news in a way that people that follow that sport and love it so much, they're going to sit by their computer on July 1st to wait for free agency news. Like, it's happening right then. Like, they can't read it the next day or the day after. They have to have it right then. And then all these eyeballs come in at one time. As soon as a trade happens, everyone says Woj bomb. So he's built a thing that has tremendous marketing value. It's got branding, all of those things. And so ESPN is not even necessarily paying for the breaking news. that, by the way, when he breaks it, 5 minutes later, Shams will break it. 5 minutes later, Stein will break it. They all break it within 10 minutes of one another because they're all talking to the same people. They're all talking to the same people. They all have their connections. Sometimes you lose connections with a team or gain it at another, but they're all working the same guys and they're working agents. And agents do deals with these guys. But think about that. Whether it's Woj breaking it or not, Paul George to the Sixers. Oh, my God, Woj bomb. And so that's what ESPN is paying $7 million for. And it's just all that immediate eyeball and all that attention. And because he's done a good job of reporting all these years, is he really that much better than Shams or Stein or whoever? I really don't think so, but he certainly built up the aura that he is to where he's done that for so long and made so much money. Now he can go, where is he, at St. Bonaventure? I forget which college it is. He's just like an admin guy because he made all that money all those years and then wanted to get out of the rat race. I think I told you this. At Tim McMahon's wedding, he was working the phones.
Wow.
And it was on a Saturday night in the summer, and he couldn't get off his phone. He was attached to it every day of his life. Because if something broke and he wasn't in the middle of it, it was damaging to him.
Okay, I'm seeing some glitching here, and I'm wondering, is it my house or your house? And I'm so paranoid about it because I just got fiber. My shit
It's
should
his
be
house. You're fine. It's his house.
Okay.
Wait, me?
Yeah.
Oh,
God,
little bit.
technology
I think
sucks ass.
It's the overall internet, guys. The world's learning. Don't forget.
Hey, Skin, I want to. One of the reasons we do this as a live stream is we want to interact with you. We want you guys to leave comments, and we want to interact with those comments. And I saw one that I really liked, and this is from Danny's Music. He says, "But was Randy Galloway a shock jock? I loved him, and you guys crosstalk on ESPN. That's how I found y'all. I'm the same age, and Dale Hansen seemed above that somehow. Loved him too." I want to say this, and I'm really interested in getting your thoughts on this. But I sent Randy a text yesterday randomly.
Okay.
I was just driving in, and I was just thinking about Randy Galloway and how much I love him and how great he is at what he does and how kind he was to us in our career. And I just sent him a text. I was like, hey, I just want to let you know I'm thinking about you, grateful for you, love you, thank you for everything you did for us. And he's always so nice and encouraging. You know, I didn't think of him as shock jock at all. I just thought him as a guy with strong opinions, and he was entrenched in those opinions, and then he would give them to you in a super entertaining way. But I never took it as he was saying something he didn't believe just to get a reaction. He was just very opinionated and fun and entertaining with the way he presented it. Is that fair?
Yeah, I think that's very fair. That's the way I see him. The whole idea, and Jude, if I end up glitching again, let me know. But the whole, when I hear shock jock, to me, Skip Bayless is a shock jock. Like, I'm going to write a book and say Troy Aikman's gay. Like, that's shock jock crap. Randy just said whatever he thought. And, like, this is so funny going back to the dude that said Dak quit. That's in sports world, that's the worst thing you can say about a guy. Yeah. That's literally the worst indictment. And so Randy, when he was at ESPN and they were partners with the Mavericks, he called them gutless pigs. And then there was, how dare you say this about those guys? And then management came down and he was like, all right. So he went on the air and doubled down on it because that's what he believed. He said what he believed. And also the cool thing about Randy is I think later he would come back and say, I was wrong about this one. But he wasn't apologetic about him or who he was. He didn't have to be. He said what he believed.
Yeah.
So he was, to me, he's of a different era. The stuff that goes on today, he didn't really have to deal with it too much. And he had already carved out his path before that came into vogue. Skip chose to be that way from the start. That's the way Skip always was, man.
Yeah. Anyways, that's pretty stupid, but to say Dak quit on his team. But do you think it's? I've heard people speculate that okay, he's going on IR, he's going to miss 4 weeks, and then I heard them say, well, he's not going on IR, he might not miss 4 weeks. He's going to talk to some other people, some specialists, And I've also heard he could be out for the season.
Yeah, the Cal Watkins thing from not late last night. It came down during the Mav game. I didn't see it until I got up this morning. But it's saying that if he may require a certain surgery that would end his season. And so I think without seeing all the reports, like this is typical with a lot of injuries, you can make, like a good example is certain players can fight through knee injuries and then get surgery at the end of the year. But I mean, obviously this is different. So like if you have the surgery, he's not going to have enough time to recover and get back. And then also, you know, I mean, with the record that they have right now, I really do mean this. I mean, sometimes I just say things because I think it's funny to make fun of the Cowboys and how stupid everything is. But if they beat the Eagles, they're going to think differently about the remainder of the season.
My God.
And then there will be pressure on Dak. Remember, they almost won a division at 6-10 one year.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do is win your division. And so as bad as they've been this year, they are currently 1-0 in their division.
You can't have the worst running game and the worst run defense and then lose your $60 million quarterback and still go to the playoffs.
I would agree with that. But if they beat Philadelphia on Sunday, they're going to think about the remainder of the year differently. If they go 6-0 in their division, they have a very good chance of winning their division. Now, a lot of it depends on what the Commanders do, and the Commanders may have built up such a lead it doesn't matter. But then at that point, you're going to win every tiebreaker. So, but you and I both think that they'll probably get beat on Sunday. And then at that point, you can wave the white flag, and Dak will probably get an injury or get the surgery. And the remainder of the year will be discussion about how come they're not playing Trey Lance.
Man, they playing Trey Lance is like, I just don't even. I mean, the whole trade in itself is terrible. You could have used a running back at that 4th-round pick if you weren't going to use him. I think they got him because they wanted to leverage the contract negotiation with Dak. What if we found something here? I don't think everyone in that building believed in Dak. People at the top were hesitant up until the last minute. So I think they were hoping, oh, my God, what if Trey Lance, this would be a cheaper alternative. Let's at least explore it. At this point, you've already paid Dak. Trey Lance is going to be a free agent. He's not staying here. If you're Trey Lance and you were a top 3 pick in the draft, you want to go have a chance to be a starter somewhere. This is the number one place that's guaranteed in football. You will not have a chance to be a starter over the next 4 years as they're paying a guy $60 million. So to me, playing him is pointless. I guess the one point would be that's a better chance you would lose. And I want them to lose every game. I want them to go get the highest draft pick they can. Unfortunately, I think they suck at everything, and so they're going to suck at tanking, and they're going to end up with like the 12th pick instead of like the 3rd pick. But what about the receiver corner from Colorado? Is it Travis Hunter?
Yeah,
Is that his name?
I think they're playing Tech this weekend.
I'm curious about that. I like the idea of getting the highest pick you can, though, and just trading back, and getting more picks. I don't ever want to take a running back in the 1st round ever again, but I like that kid from Boise State who, if he touches it, he could be gone. That would fix your play-action pass pretty quick in your run game. But this is now draft season. This is all about getting ready for the draft and building for the future of the Cowboys. It is over.
Probably.
Unless it's not.
I mean, dude.
And then it's on.
Well, let me ask you this. Would you really be that surprised if they beat Philly?
No, not in the. I mean, yes, I would. I would. But I understand the point. I understand the point you're making. Like anything can happen on any given Sunday. That's the nature of the NFL. That's why it's great. But I would be shocked if they beat the Eagles.
Those last, I honestly think they should have beat the San Francisco 49ers at San Francisco. If you look at the way that game unfolded, they basically had a 10-minute stretch in the 3rd quarter where they got beat. For the most part, they were in control of that game.
Mm-hmm. I just believe in Dak. I think Dak's good, and I think, dude, your defense sucks. You're missing all your best players.
I think Micah and Deron Bland are both back this weekend, by the way.
I mean, it's going to be, and I don't expect them to step in and be their absolute best. Maybe they are, but regardless, your offense is broken. Your offense is a complete shit show, and now you don't have Dak. I think it would be a shocking victory for the Cowboys to win this game.
I think you should wear that hat all the time.
I will. By the way, we like to play songs, and your brain works at such a high level that you can tell us what the song is just by hearing it. Can you guess who is on my shirt without me raising up at all? Just with their eyebrows and forehead.
The mic is kind of blocking it.
Yep.
Is that John Belushi?
Nope. Let me scoot up, show you the nibs.
I know you're a big Morgan Wallen guy. That's not Belushi?
Nope. Can anybody guess in the comments? See if you can beat Skin to this, to guess who this is in the comments.
Someone's saying Johnny Cash. Is that Johnny Cash?
You're just going to use them? You're not going to...
Well, no. I mean,
that
did actually kind of pop in my head, but...
You're the best around. No one's ever going to give it up.
All I see is Belushi right now. Keep going. Is that Son of Sam? David Berkowitz? Oh, Richard Pryor. Hey, that's amazing, dude. Right as it was Richard Pryor, it froze. I don't know if I froze or you froze.
He froze.
That's amazing. Take a picture of that, Jason. We're going to want that forever. I'm just sitting here rambling, and there's a frozen picture of Ben showing us Richard Pryor on his shirt. You know, now that I cover up, it's amazing how much Richard Pryor looked like Belushi
Berkowitz?
from, what's that?
Berkowitz?
Yeah, he looked like David Berkowitz and John Belushi until you got basically below halfway up his nose.
Yeah, man, he's not going to be happy about this internet thing when he comes back to the screen.
Whatever happened to Ben?
It did happen to him. I should kick him off.
I'd like to take this time to make fun of Ben since he can't. He left.
No, I took him off.
Oh, okay.
Oh, damn. He's not going to be happy. Oh, there he goes. He'll be back.
Now he's
just get ready for Hot Ben.
Say, wait, dude, is this your internet? Because why am I freezing and Ben's freezing?
No, he's been good. It's who knows? Who knows, bro?
Yeah, whatever. Okay, so I would like to take this opportunity until Ben comes back to tell everyone, oh, wait, he's back. There he is. Hi, Sana. Wait, he's not even there. He just left his room.
He is.
That makes sense. Man, that guy that forces everyone to put those helmets on.
What do you mean forces?
Talking about the astrophysicist guy.
Yeah, but what do you mean he forces you to? Like, this is a great hat. This
nice.
hat is, for me, it's important to wear clothes that are slimming.
That's the whole, that's the reverse of I'm going to wear a giant suit to make my head look smaller. I'm going to have a giant head to make my body look smaller.
Why is my technology so eternally fucked?
I think it's Jason's.
Oh, okay.
Why would I freeze and you freeze in the same live stream?
That is a great point. He doesn't understand technology.
To be fair, you haven't frozen, and your symptoms are both different.
What do you think it is? What is your diagnosis?
I don't know. I think the world's burning.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to do Scroll Patrol or Mavs here? Let's do the Scroll Patrol.
Oh yeah, Scroll Patrol. Yeah, Ben's on a scrolling roll, looking at big booties, mukbang and liver king. There's toots and snake boots. Yeah, everybody's cutting some toots. Yeah, it's Scroll Patrol. What is it? I just said it's Scroll Patrol.
Patrol!
Precedented technical difficulties, so no idea if any of this will work, but we will absolutely give it a shot. All right, the Scroll Patrol, if you're new to this and not true to this, the Scroll Patrol is when I show Skin how to use the internet.
Yep.
Now, it would be cool if I could just send him links. Hey, Skin, look at what I saw on the internet, man. I'd love for you to look at this. But the problem is, if you look at something on the internet that you don't want to look at, the algorithm is going to super serve that to you over and over and over again. And so Skin doesn't want to taint his algorithm, but I think some of this is important for you to see.
Yeah, I'm fine seeing it as long as it doesn't interfere with me seeing vintage synthesizers, old records, and basketball news. So I need you
Yeah.
to show it on your phone so it doesn't fuck my shit up.
Yeah, I like weird stuff and boobies.
Yep.
That's pretty much what I'm looking for from Instagram.
Post 65-year-old augmented boobies.
Yeah, I want AI. I don't want to live in the reality of what it is. I want grandma to be smoking hot.
Yep.
And very curvy. Okay, so this guy, I've got 3 clips of this guy.
Okay.
And
he kind of looks
today,
like washed up Ron Livingston.
Oh, yeah. Today is going to be, the Scroll Patrol is going to be about weird eating videos, okay?
All right.
So dive in, Jason.
We get audio on these? Or are we scared of audio?
Yeah, you can do audio on all of these.
I want to see what has some follows saying.
And the audio is important because they mic their throats up. They want you to hear them.
Okay, is that some kind of a liver? Oh, that's gross. Those are innards. Or balls. Oh yeah, better season it. Oh, man, this is gross, man. What's wrong with you?
Well, we don't know what it is.
Doesn't matter. I don't want to watch people eat. People are gross. Watching them start the digestion process is gross. And you pulled me aside and told me you thought this was very sexual, and I just don't see it.
How could anyone look at this and not think it was sexual?
Oh, that doesn't make me feel good. I want to feel good.
All right.
That's disgusting. Why are you watching that?
Hey, man, don't judge me. I'm just trying to be myself. All right, here.
Same guy? You're
Yeah,
stuck on
same
this
guy. Same guy.
What is that? Are those like bird paws? Are those some sort of prehistoric bird feet? What is that? Why do people watch this? What do you get out of this? I really wouldn't mind being involved in remodeling his kitchen. I see where I could create some space. Maybe some new countertops.
I think it's chicken feet. All right, this is the last one from this guy.
What? Oh, he goes to the university.
Yep. Look at in the comments. What is this food he's eating? People always ask that.
All right.
I've been seeing people eat this. Anytime you have to eat something with scissors, it's concerning.
By the way, man, kitchen scissors are undefeated.
It sounds soggy and moist, and it kind of looks fleshy. If anybody knows what this dude's eating, put it in the comments. I seriously have no idea what this is.
I think it's chicken skin. It's some sort of giant bird skin.
But yeah, look how big that chicken would have to be.
Wow.
It's like he's eating a boiled shower mat.
The kind that like grips to the floor of the shower so you don't fall down.
Yeah, Manny says he's eating a wet towel. Okay. Is it a stomach? Okay, people are saying pig or cow stomach.
Yeah, I bet that the size of that makes me think it's cow stomach or big old fat pig, but I bet it's cow stomach.
That is gross. Anyways, that guy. Now let's get away from gross videos as we scroll. I've noticed lately a lot of people are eating goat heads.
Goat head soup, bro. Incredible Rolling Stones album. Okay, no.
And they're mic'd up like right at neck level. He's sucking it in.
I don't need.
All right, go to the next one.
I don't want to watch that.
Oh, what about this lady? Does this do it for you?
Doing the same thing.
Yeah, but it's different. It's what you're looking for.
Man, no. What is wrong with you?
All right.
I like the person that said, "Is she eating a dinosaur?"
All right. Okay, Jason, move on from the goat heads.
This sucks.
All right. How about a little brain sandwich?
Okay, I'm in.
I don't know what kind of brain this is. This guy's making brain toast like it's avocado toast.
Here's what I think it is. Because of the sequel to Raiders of the Lost Ark, I think it was Temple of Doom where or no, you know what I'm remembering? I'm remembering Faces of Death where they ate monkey brains. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, Temple of Doom is a heart that he pulled right out of his beating chest.
Yeah, no, but there was one thing where they ate something.
Oh yeah, they ate a monkey's head. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
But I do remember in high school we watched Faces of Death. I wonder if anyone remembers Faces of Death. It was shocking videos that were supposed to be watching deaths. There was a bloody orgy in one of them where they were
There's a
rubbing
hashtag
blood
that
over.
says eat local twice, just in case that brain.
Yeah,
Okay, look at that.
They did in a Faces of Death movie. There was a monkey head, and they cracked it open and ate the brain in it.
He put sprinkles on brain toast.
That's yummy.
All right. Keep it moving. All right, this guy. What do you mean no? Give this guy a chance in the world. He's chasing his dreams. He's eating spicy fish curry, and look at him just mowing him down from the back to the front. He's not eating the fish heads, dude. He's not a savage.
I don't know if I'm like a little hungover or what, but this is extra gross to me today.
What are you talking about, man? You're the one who said this one was sexual.
I mean, yeah, I'm
All right,
out
here
on
you go.
sex.
This is the lady eating pig snouts.
Yeah.
这个猪鼻子，
Yeah, because that's not a filthy part of the pig.
That's the part right below where the feces is shoveled into the pig's mouth.
All right. Is that the last one, Jason, or did I
God,
have
I
any,
hope it is.
any more?
吃了
treats?
猪鼻子，
Yeah.
Oh, she offered
Yeah.
some.
Was that it? Hell yeah, dude. Let's go.
We survived.
Woo!
We survived. That is brutal.
Hey, man, that's what the. Can you imagine what my algorithm is doing?
I just like the guy that says this is worse than watching KT reviewing a Dave Matthews album. Dude, speaking of KT, this might be a good place to talk a little Mavs. Now, to get us in the mood, let's show you guys have the video. Last night, KT was at the Mavs Bulls game, and iHeart does a thing where they do Jumbotron karaoke, and they get a different radio personality to go on the Jumbotron and, lead the way. So last night was KT's turn, and I got to see him briefly at halftime. And I've told you this before, Ben, if I'm wearing a headset, all the stuff that happens in the arena, I catch about 20% of it. I just don't get to see much of it. But I actually looked up last night, right as KT was thrown onto the Jumbotron to sing a little Kelly Clarkson. That's my girl.
I slowed this down because somebody posted this on social media. This man is the GOAT. First of all, he loves karaoke, and the way he embraced the promotion and just sold out for it and sold his soul in a good way. Like he went all in, and I love this man so much. He's so stupid talented and just such a badass. Look how he went all in on this.
What is that? What are those Mavs dancers in slow motion thinking behind him? That's the best still shot I've ever seen.
He's singing Since You've Been Gone, right? By
Yes.
Kelly Clarkson.
Yes. And there's the graphics to the movie Tron, the original movie in the 80s, right below him.
Jason, play that again. We need to see that again. Look at this guy. This is maximum effort. This is why he's the best to ever do it. Look at this guy. Look.
Look at how happy the lady behind him is.
Look, John says Gravedigger and Enrique says Taurus. They both are on the same page.
Kick it out.
Look at this comment.
Oh, that's amazing.
Can we go back to the gross eating videos?
Never again. Rodeo man.
That was really good. But
That's part of the game last night.
Did you watch the game last night?
No, I didn't get to see it. But so there's all this discussion about slow starts. So Kyrie dropped 15 in the first quarter and then was like, I'm good. I only scored one more bucket the rest of the night. Like, didn't even assert himself, to try to get buckets. It was amazing. And the Mavericks pushed. Did you get to see much of the game?
Yeah, I watched the whole game. Actually, you know what? I stopped paying full attention to it, like in the third, just because I could tell that this
Right.
one was secure.
Yeah.
But it was so much fun. And yeah, and your interview with Kyrie after the game was great. And I love the rapport that you guys have. But I think I posted this on Twitter. My favorite possession of the season happened last year, and it was because the pace was high. Luka brought it up. All 5 guys touched the ball, and it ended in a Gafford dunk. But each guy touched the ball for a split second, and it was just magical. And then I think one of my favorite Luka highlights of all time happened. The Bulls their plan was to put this big dude on him. And I don't know if they were trying to Lou Dort him. He was kind of a big guy, and he tried to get physical with him a little bit.
Patrick Williams.
Yeah. And who surprised me with like a nice 3-point stroke.
He was a high draft pick.
Okay. I didn't really know much about him, but I was like, okay, this is interesting. They're going to try to big on big with Luka. And Luka just owned him and had his way with him. And there was one play in particular where Luka bumped him off as he was going to shoot a layup and then just didn't even jump and just banked it in.
I'm sorry, I was pulling up the box score, but there were several moments last night where, we always talk about Luka playing at his own pace or, his speed. And there was a couple moments last night where like he was in transition and then he just looked up, no one was around him. So he just like flipped it off the glass. I mean, it looked like someone's dad playing junior high kids at the rec and doing all that old man stuff, just okie doking the shit out of them. Chicago's been real up and down. They're a team that, I think a lot of people thought they might even be in tank contention. But if they don't have, Zach LaVine, it's hard on them. And Kobe White had a really poor shooting first half. He's a guy that can get you 20 a night. I think that's what he was averaging coming in. But it was one of those games you said it was ice by the third quarter. So they've had a disappointing homestand that can be rectified to some degree by beating the Suns on Friday night. That's going to be the end of the 5-game homestand, and the Suns are off to a great start. And the Mavericks have already lost to them once. So if you can beat the Suns in your building on Friday night, you're going to feel a lot better about the missed opportunity, especially with Houston. Yeah, dude, you know who else is off? I believe the Warriors only have one loss. Did you see they beat the Celtics last night?
Yeah, I watched some of that, actually. That was awesome.
And then on the flip side in the East, 2 contenders, the Sixers and the Bucks, are a mess right now. I mean, I'm really more concerned. Did you see that? Did you happen to see that?
It was so great. I was watching that live. It was awesome.
Theory, if I send you that, do you want that? Jason?
Sure.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to send you this last night. It was funny, Ben, while I was still at the arena. So my son wasn't watching the Mavs game, but he was scrolling. He was doing his version of the Scroll Patrol.
Mm-hmm.
And so he watches a lot of like House of Highlights and stuff like that. So last night, my son sent me something that he saw on House of Highlights, and he sent it to the group thread. So it was like my wife and my daughter and me and him. And so I was still at the arena when this thing came through. I just sent it to you, Jason. We'll throw it up. But it was at the end of the first half. Awesome fast break action. Clay could have pulled from about 25. I think it was Vucevic that was closing on him. I can't remember. So he opted to make a last-second pass, and then Kyrie flipped it up, but it was about 0.1 too late. His hand was still on the ball. And so they're reviewing it, and I guess this will speak for itself here. Live
audio.
C, 0.2, 0.1.
So good.
We were doing it at the same time, and then I looked over at him, and so I was just kind of watching his mouth because, that's what I like to do. I like to watch a dude's mouth.
Yeah.
And so I was just timing it with him once I realized we were doing the same thing. So I just waited until he ended. But it was, that's the kind of fun that, in a game where you're kind of running the other team and they're not putting up much of a fight. you kind of got to do some wild stuff to have some fun, I think.
So think about these next 3 games. You've got Friday, Phoenix, Sunday, you're at Denver, and then Tuesday, you're at Golden State.
Yeah, and then you get a little bit of a reprieve with Utah at the end of that little 3-game stretch. And by the way, Denver just gave Oklahoma City their first loss. I didn't get to see any of the game, but I was looking at the box this morning.
Dude, the thing with your son finding that online and sending it to you, this is a perfect example of the difference between you and I. Your son's all proud. He's like, hey, look at this. My dad is an NBA announcer, and I just stumbled across this while scrolling the internet. He's on an NBA broadcast doing great things. My son found me online while scrolling, and it was a post that said I was the oldest Fortnite player.
He was proud of that, wasn't he?
I don't know about that. I mean,
I think he should have been.
Yeah, maybe should have been.
Hey, Jason, let's throw up the food truck graphic, Ben, because I know there's a lot of people that watch this that network with different food trucks and stuff. And we were talking to one of our buddies in the restaurant business not too long ago, and he was talking about, hey, man, sometimes the food truck will book and then they will disappear on you. Yeah, I like Cowboy Ben for this.
Yeah.
And so spread the word. If you know people that have reliable, tasty food trucks, we're in the business of connecting with them.
Yeah, and there's some food trucks. Sometimes a food truck can be better than a restaurant, actually, and I don't know how that's possible. But there's some food trucks that are so damn amazing,
right,
that they're just absolutely special. But for most people, and again, I'm just generalizing. I don't mean to offend anybody, but for a lot of folks, there's like a food truck is a stepping stone to having your own restaurant. Now, for some other people, it's like they just want to be in the food truck business and they're a well-oiled machine with it and they do a brilliant job.
Right.
But for some of the ones who are like trying to grow and get better and try to work their way to a restaurant, it's just a hard business. And so we've just noticed a lot of times food truck will just cancel.
Yeah.
Like at the last minute, and they're not always super reliable, and not mad at them at all because I know the struggle is real. Like sometimes the truck just won't start, or all sorts of shit can go wrong. It's trying to operate a small business is hard, but we're looking for the most reliable food trucks we can because we don't serve food at Rollertown in Salina, and we want to be able to have everybody eat delicious food. And so it's time for us to revamp our roster of food trucks that we partner with. And so if you know of a badass food truck, man, put it in the comments. I'm sure Crystal is watching this from our marketing team and one of our most important team members at Rollertown. You see the contact there for her. If you are a food truck, you can send her an email if you're interested or if you know of a truck. But we're just looking for the best, most reliable food trucks that are also willing to come to Salina, to come to some special events at Rollertown.
Okay, speaking of special events, let's tell the peoples what's going on. This is going to be the Saturday before Thanksgiving. The exact date is November the 23rd, and that is going to be the Gravy going to set it off live and in person. And this year, our buddy TC, who helps out a lot on the Ben and Skin YouTube, is going to be there filming it. Our buddy Yvonne is going to be there helping us broadcast it. But it's not going to be live streamed. It is going to be in person. You have to be at the brewery to experience the Gravy going to set it off. You can see the little schedule there at the bottom. We're going to start doing our presentation at 7:30. And we're going to go for at least an hour, maybe longer, until we have live comedy that night with Paul Varghese headlining. And then Kane Rosa is going to be there serving up some food. But make plans Saturday, November the 23rd. That's going to be kick-ass.
Yeah, and we're gonna have another twist on it. Is that, and I think we've got we don't have this confirmed, but I tried to get both my brothers to be on this, and I think I got half of a yes out of 2 people. And so nice. I think my younger brother, Jonathan, who's the CEO of Rollertown and one of our co-owners, he runs the show. We're dead in the water without him, but he was there for all this. He wasn't the one that was holding the red Solo Cup, but he was there for all this and can give you some background. And I think it'll just be fun for you guys to kick me in the nuts like a piñata together. And so hopefully Jonathan will join us for this retelling. And, it's a Saturday night, the Saturday before Thanksgiving, and Cane Rosso is going to be in the house. As soon as the Gravy Gonna Set It Off story ends, we'll probably go from like 7:30 to 8:30. Like you said, there will be a little teardown session and then live comedy. Seth Cowles, Rocky Deer, I think I'm pronouncing that the right way. Gerardo, excuse me.
Gerardo.
The great Paul Varghese, who's one of my favorite comedians of all time. I know we both love him. He's just freaking hilarious. So, yeah, it'll end in a comedy show. So this is the Saturday night before Thanksgiving, the annual retelling, and we want y'all to make plans to come join us at Rollertown. We want to pack the house, and we're going to have a really cool setup. The sound should be really good in there. Yvonne's bringing his whole setup. So, that's going to be awesome. Saturday before Thanksgiving, November 23rd. Make sure to be no later than about 7 o'clock.
Yeah, and there's a couple things. We've been doing this for over a decade now, so there's certain assumptions I make. Like I'm looking over at the comment section. Michael's like, I've never heard it, so I will definitely be there. Well, we picked up Michael as a listener when we came to the Eagle, so that makes sense. And then Sports Bras is saying, is that Ellen? Yes, that is Ellen. Ellen very much figures into the story, the legendary, the Gravy Gonna Set It Off. So if you haven't heard it before, you've got to come out and experience it. And if you have heard it before, I know there's a lot of people that'll tell you it kind of starts their holiday season. It's a tradition. It's like, people have certain holiday traditions. For a lot of people, it ain't Thanksgiving until they hear the Gravy Gonna Set It Off. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Make plans to be there. I saw another comment over here, Ben, that I really like. Jason, if you will throw up the rodeo comment from 1052 rodeo MT5T. He said, hey, Ben and Skin, thanks for letting me win Lincoln Park tickets. I'm going to take my daughter for her birthday. Now, if you don't know, I would be blown away because you're here and you don't know. But hey, man, sometimes information doesn't get out. Me and Ben do a radio show on 97.1 The Eagle every weekday from 3 to 6. We do it with Christina. We do it with KT. And all this week, we've been giving away Lincoln Park tickets every hour on the hour. The show is tomorrow night at the Gilf. Today is something really special. I hope you guys can clear away your schedule this afternoon because we are going to be at the new Josie Records in Garland. It's at the corner of Centerville and Northwest Highway. The exact address, I believe, is 1005 Northwest Highway. It's their third location in the Metroplex. And it's actually, I don't know if you knew this, Ben, it's over in the old hood where Jason, our producer and technical savant, grew up over there in Garland. Not far from East Dallas, not far from LBJ. We're doing the show there today from 3 to 6. We will have 3 pair of Lincoln Park tickets to give away. You got to be in there in person. Ben and I are both showing up with a bunch of Rollertown beer that we're going to throw in a cooler so you can have free beer. We also, Luke and Warwick from Josie are providing pizza, and we're going to be hanging out from 3 to 6 in a really cool record store. Again, if you've probably been to their giant location off Josie and LBJ, this is a smaller satellite location, but I went there last Saturday. They got great stuff, great merch, great vinyl, new and used T-shirts, and then we're doing big old giveaways. So, man, come drink beer, eat pizza, browse through the records, and have a chance to win Lincoln Park tickets. That's going to be our show today starting at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, and if you want to go to Garland today, go to Garland today.
Go to Garland.
And so what is, this may be a moving target question, but what is the average cost of a vinyl LP? Does it just depend on how in demand it is?
Yeah, I think like most of the new stuff. So if it's one record, right? Like a lot of stuff you can, to have optimal pressing, you can only have 44 minutes of music on a record. Really 43. It's about, you don't want to go over 21 minutes on each side because then the grooves start getting wonky and it doesn't press as hot and sound as good. So sometimes artists will put it on 2 pieces of vinyl, right? It's a double record. That ends up adding an expense. But like most new records are in about the $30 range. And then if there's a bunch of extra bells and whistles and extra packaging and gatefold and all this stuff, it can get on up there. Now, then there's also the pre-owned, the used record market. and you can still find like really great records for $10. If it's like a harder to find thing, I mean, dude, there's some collectible records that easily you could drop $100 on for a pre-owned record. But you can go in and, you know, one of the things I always did was I just go dig, and you just go and you flip through records and find a gem, find it reasonably priced, take it home. And the beauty of discovery is a fun part of going and spending time at a record store. But they also have posters and shirts and all that stuff. We're going to be there, and we have pizza and beer, and we're giving away Linkin Park tickets. So
Sweet. And
would love it if you came out.
do they? Michael Lee's thing is tonight in Fort Worth, right?
Yes.
Let's promote that.
That's I'm really excited about that. I would love for everyone to come out to that if you can make it. It's not going to be a late night in Fort Worth. When our show's over at Josie, I'm hitting the road immediately because I want to be at Tulips by 7:30. Basically tonight, Michael Lee and the Wartime Limousine. Michael Lee started as a blues artist. He's from the 817. He was on the 2018 season of The Voice, I believe. He was on Team Blake. He's got a great voice. He can sing low. He's got a beautiful falsetto. He's an amazing blues guitar player. But he's kind of what happened was he was getting ready to tour Europe with B.B. King's band, and then the pandemic hit. And so, you know, how did that happen? Well, he made The Voice by playing B.B. King's The Thrill Is Gone, and then B.B. King's people saw it, and they reached out, and so he did shows with his band, and then, you know, pandemic hit. So during that time, he had actually come out and played Roller Town, and we got to talking, and the kind of music he wanted to make really was more like what we were doing with Bastards of Soul. So me and Danny, we call ourselves Silver Skylarks when we produce music. We produced what we're releasing tonight. We're going to have CDs and T-shirts there, but it's a little 4-song EP of cover songs. And the reason we did that is that he's got his audience that's known him, and he's kind of changing his sound. So we wanted to figure out a way to bridge that. So one of the songs that we released tonight, it's going to drop on the platforms at 11 o'clock tonight, but you can pick up the CD with artwork from our own Mike Machine Marshall over there at Mavs Digital, and T-shirts as well. But he does whipping posts, for example, by the Allman Brothers. And when he did it on The Voice, he did it the way the Allman Brothers do it. So instead of just doing that, we flipped it on its head, and we kind of make it sound like a George Clinton version of whipping post. And then you've heard this, Ben. He did You Don't Love Me, also known as No, 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 which is a reggae dancehall classic by an artist named Don Penn. We kind of turned that into like a ZZ Top, Cypress Hill, gritty, funky blues thing. And that kind of connects to his old audience. And then we also did a song called I Get My Groove From You, which is a Dallas legend, a guy named Bobby Patterson. He's part of that Dallas R&B school like Johnny Taylor came from. But anyways, he did a version of his song, I Get My Groove From You, and me and Danny produced it for him. We got these 4 songs, and we also have about half of an album of original material in the can that we'll release the end of last year. But this is a way to reintroduce Michael to the Metroplex, Michael Lee and the Wartime Limousine. His band also features Chad Stockslager on keyboards. He was in Bastards of Soul. And Matt Trimble on drums. He was also in Bastards of Soul. So if you ever came out to a Bastards of Soul show, you will see some familiar faces. And you've heard Michael sing, Ben. You know how good he is.
Man, he's amazing. He's an incredible singer. He's an incredible guitar player. And he's just a great dude. And just when he speaks about life, like he's just got this, I don't know if it's an accent or just the way he talks. I find him to be pretty fascinating. And he's got this look. He's got that look.
He's got that look.
He's got the look of a dude who could be a mega star on Earth. He's just he's got the whole package in every way. And when I see a guy as talented as that, in every way, like it's like in Madden, if you create a player and there's all these different categories, he's like 100. He's like you created a guy who's too good. It's not even fair in franchise mode. When you see somebody who's that supremely talented in every way and making music that is that good, that has not, quote unquote, made it or blown up to where
right.
everyone, you just realize how incredibly difficult the music business is. But if anyone ever had a shot to make it, he does. And I wish I could invest in him like a stock, because he's got the whole package. And with you guys making tunes with him and producing it, this is a really special combination. So tonight is going to be an awesome event in Fort Worth, and I hope everybody comes out and supports, because you might be saying, I saw Michael Lee at this little spot in Fort Worth, and it was, I was there for that. I hung out with him. I had a beer with him or whatever. Like, he's awesome. He's my best friend.
I don't want to promise this because I know he's a busy guy, but I saw our buddy Abraham Alexander at the Mav game last night, and I think he's going to try to swing through as well. So it's gonna be fun. The band opening, Rosemont Kings, is a good soul band out of Oak Cliff. They go on at 8 o'clock, so get there early to support them. You're going to really like them. Micah will go on around 9 o'clock, and if you don't want to hang out late, we'll have you out the door by 10:30. So come on through. It's going to be a fun night. Lots of imbibing, lots of good music, and I can't wait for people to hear what Michael's doing musically now.
Badass. Okay, and then I want to say this: we're trying to grow this the Super Soaker, our Tuesday, Thursday live stream. Every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. we're going to do this, and so do us a favor and share this, even after it airs, because you don't have to watch it live. It still stays good. We want as many people to come to this party as possible, so share the link. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment. All of that helps more ways you could possibly imagine, but share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, any of those things. And we have this thing called the Complete Fun Package. It's just like a loyalty program for the Ben and Skin listener, and you can see it there posted by the Ben and Skin account. Join the Complete Fun Package to stay in touch with the show. Basically, it just gives us your email address so we can send you emails to let you know what we're up to. We're not going to spam you to death. We're not going to rake you over the coals. So sign up for that, and when you do, you're entered to win all these giveaways we're going to be doing. And one of the things we just settled on yesterday, our buddy Gordy, who has a badass t-shirt shop, and he makes shirts for the Dark Companion, and he made the Eclipse shirt we had for the Freak. It was just giving them out. Such a good dude. We just ordered a lot of t-shirts from him, and they just say Ben and Skin, and they have the logo on it, and we're going to give those away. Whenever we're at certain places, we'll have some with us, and we'll give them away. Like for the Gravy Gonna Set It Off, we'll have some t-shirts there for that. But the only way we're going to give it to you is if you show us that you went ahead and signed up for the Complete Fun Package. Just show us an email that we've sent you, and then if you come up to us and we have your size with us, boom, you're going to get this free shirt. So, help us out with that. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have some of those shirts at the Gravy Gonna Set It Off, for example, on the 23rd. And we're also planning December the 5th is a Thursday. We're going to do a Ben and Skin remote at Rollertown, and then stick around afterwards. We have something special planned for the Maverick game that night. So those will for sure be opportunities where you can connect with us. Get those shirts simply by being a member of Team Ben and Skin and being a part of the Complete Fun Package.
Hey,
it's all part of the Complete Fun Package we're throwing out here.
And speaking of Mavericks, we also do a show with Studio 41. It comes out every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Episode 3 came out yesterday. You can find it on the Mavericks YouTube channel, their official YouTube channel, but be sure to follow Studio 41 on Instagram and on Twitter. Maybe it's on TikTok. By the way, we just launched a TikTok account last week.
What?
And I just read that TikTok might officially be banned again. Is it going to be banned?
I don't know, man. I thought it was banned. I was pulling for it to be banned just because I didn't want management to tell me I had to do another social media platform. I was like, really? We got to do another one? Is this going to be banned? Go China.
Yeah.
Please, China, do something horrible so we can ban this.
All right. You've been fully supportive of all Asian countries for a long time.
Oh, man, absolutely. Those are my peoples. That's why I spend a lot of time on the 4th floor at the building that we're at.
No question. Well,
there's an architecture firm.
Let's go do a kick-ass show at Josie Records in Garland, man. What do you think?
I think that's a great idea. Come drink beer, eat pizza, win Lincoln Park tickets 3 to 6, Josie Records in Garland.
This has been another Iron Balls production.
Iron Balls!